is
Soulful Inspiration.
it's your girl, Nikki Jones. This will be an hour to feed your soul with music and laughter, information and inspiration. You're listening to WVTC
Detroit.
all designed with you in mind. So sit back, relax, and get ready to join the conversation with me,
Nikki Jones.
Soulful
Soulful Inspiration.
Inspirations. Yes, sir.
Welcome to Soulful Inspirations. I am your girl, Nikki Jones. I am hoping that you are having a wonderful day. It is Tuesday. It is the third Tuesday in the month of March. Can you believe that we are this far in March already? It's just baffling to me that at least a quarter of the year is almost gone. But anyway, we're excited tonight. This is a different look. I know it's a different look for me. I know I am on location in Nashville. I am here for a conference for work. However, the internet don't let nobody go without. Okay, the internet don't let y'all go without. So I am on location, and I'm just having a good time here. And I want to still be here for you. So this is Soulful Inspirations, WVTC Detroit, and we are winning victory through Christ. So if you are familiar with my show and the show that I had prior to this, you know that I every on the third week of every month, I would have a My Sister, Your Sister podcast. Remember that? Do y'all remember that? OMG. So, guess what? It is the third week of the month, and I invited my girls, my sisters, and your sisters to have our podcast back. And so we are relaunching it tonight, and we are going to go right into our conversation. We are going to welcome to the platform, we're going to welcome Tamra Hardy, and we're going to welcome Michelle Johnson.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. Thank you.
Happy to be back with you.
Yes.
The gang's all here.
The gang's all, well, we're actually
Well, that's true. We have one missing sister.
We're missing one sister tonight. She is working hard, so we are going to let her do what she has to do and take care of business. So
Right on, Randy.
yes, shout out to Randy Butler. We miss you, girl. So we will hopefully see her on the next third Tuesday of the month. So I'm excited again, and we're going to talk about women tonight. We always talk about things that are going to uplift us, things that are going to inform us, encourage us, make us laugh, make us think, so on and so forth. So tonight won't be any different. We gave our co-host, our beautiful co-host, Pastor D, we gave her the night off. And so she is preparing for her birthday celebration. Hello.
Hey.
So,
over 30.
Right. She don't look a day over. Oh my gosh. She just
looks
beautiful.
good.
Very.
She looks great.
Very.
So because it's Women's History Month, we are going to continue that celebration, and we're going to talk about women inventors, or women who have created something for the culture, for the community, whatever the case may be. So we're celebrating women on tonight again. Yup, that's what we do, and that's what we're going to do tonight. And so, in like fashion, I am going to turn over the reins of this conversation to my dear sister, Michelle Johnson, and I'm going to take a back seat tonight. Hello.
Michelle.
These reins are hot. Hope I'll be able to handle them.
Come on now, you got it.
Oh, these some big reins. But thank you so much, Nikki, and thank you for bringing us back to the platform. We're so excited to be with you and the audience. And so before we get into kind of like who we want to present as women that we have reflected on to and think about, their contributions to our country, to our lives, women who have invented, things that are, life-changing, period. But I wanted to set the context, because we're in women's history, and
Right.
many folks may not know the
Mhm.
backstory behind women's history. So
Come on.
I wanted to just drop a little knowledge for the people
Come on, drop that
Come on,
knowledge,
drop
girl.
some knowledge.
before we begin. So, women's history has its origins as a national celebration in 1981, when Congress passed the 9728 bill, which authorized and requested the president to proclaim the week beginning March 7th, 1982, as Women's History Week. Throughout the next 5 years, Congress continued to pass joint resolutions designating a week in March as Women's History Week. Now, in 1987, after being petitioned by the National Women's History Project, Congress passed another public law titled 109, which designated the month of March in 1987 as Women's History Month.
Nice. Taking territory. Next time it's going to be a year. Going to be taking territory.
So I just wanted to drop a little knowledge, and there is a website, actually womenshistorymonth.gov.
Good.
Where people can go and see all of the different events across the country. This website is a collaboration with the Library of Congress, National Archives and Records Administration, National Endowment for Humanities, National Gallery of Art, National Park Service, Smithsonian Institute, and the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. They all come together to commemorate and to actually encourage the study, the observance, and the celebration of the vital role of women in American history.
Okay.
So I just want to drop
it's
that.
about time.
In 1987, isn't that long ago?
It really isn't. It really isn't.
And the story is so familiar because Black History Month was treated the same way. First, it was a week.
Yep.
And then a series of laws or resolutions passed to make it a month.
Yep.
So I tell you, go women who made that heaven. Thank you, National Women's History Project.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. So in that vein, we have some women that we really want to bring up and highlight in this conversation. And I don't know who wants to go first. It shouldn't be me. Since I'm holding these reins that are like full responsibility for me.
You can pick because you got the reins.
I got the reins, so I can set the rules. So
yes.
Why don't I just point at somebody like Tamara?
I had a feeling, my intuition told me that you were going to ask for me. I accept here. I looked up Women's History Month, and I'm glad that you brought it up, Michelle, but I wanted to know what was going on the year I was born for women's history. So, I looked it up because the internet does allow you to do that.
It sure does.
And I was born in the year of 1963. Yes, I was born in 63. And during that time, it said that the Equal Pay Act is passed by Congress. Now, we know that the Equal Pay Act was passed by Congress, promising equitable wages for the same work, regardless of the race, color, religion, national origin, or sex. Now, we know that we are still dealing with that issue today.
Oh, yeah.
That there is still a pay equity issue for women. So that tells us we have a lot of work to do. And then I remembered a quote that was spoken by our previous president, Barack Obama, that said our destiny is not written for us, but by us.
Listen.
And I like that because it says that we have a say in what we do, how we do it, and when we do it. And it really starts with just being determined and intentional about moving forward and making a name for ourselves, leaving a legacy, because that's what this really is about, legacy, right?
Yes.
And so for me, I'd like to start my legacy. It's been a while since we've been on here, so let me introduce myself to you.
Come on here.
My name is Tamara Fontaine Hardy. I am a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a grandmother. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt. I am a prophetess. I am an intercessor. I am a minister. I am a director, and I am a friend. And not last but not least, I'm a sister. So if I were to put those wait a minute, I'm not done. I'm a wife.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Come
you are.
on. Yes, you are.
And so if I were to put that in order of importance, number one, I'm a wife. I'm a daughter, I'm a mother, and I am a child of God. How about that?
There you
And
go.
everything else comes second, besides the fact that on the top of that is that I'm a sister. And I appreciate being a sister and being you all sisters because that's what this is really about, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
going into Women's History Month, the person that I'm focusing on today is Dr. Lisa Wicker.
All right.
And the
Come on.
reason why
Ooh,
is
Lisa.
because I just returned from the Career Master Conference. It's really a summit. And Dr. Wicker is the person who began this summit. It was a takeoff of her magazine that she created called Career Master. And what I like about this program, ladies, is that, and I will say this year's conference was sold out. And it was
All right.
beautiful. And the information that she shared was wonderful. She had women from every sector, whether they were executive director, whether they were president, whether they were, it didn't matter, presenting on best practices for how they have been able to be successful in their role. And they were sharing good pearls, good pearls, not the man-made pearls, but the pearls that you got out of the shell pearl, them good pearls from the bottom of the sea. They were
They
dropping
wore glass.
gems. You hear
You
me?
know, because
They
glass
were
was
glass. You couldn't buy them. Listen, you couldn't buy them in Sears Roebuck. You couldn't buy
Oh,
them
you
in
told your age when you said you
You
Sears
sure
Roebuck.
did. Sure
That's
did.
all right, because black don't crack. You couldn't find them in Walgreens. Can I get a witness?
Bless
You
your
found
heart.
them in the shell, right? And so she was, in all honesty, the information she presented, the women that were there, it was phenomenal. And so the reason why I resonate with that so much is that I've been in positions where the with women who were not so willing to share how they made it. They
Yes.
weren't willing. They didn't understand the power of not just mentoring, not just coaching, but sponsoring. These women took a liking to and believe it was within their not it was their opportunity and their responsibility to bring the next person up with them. And so I appreciate that because we don't see enough of that in
Yes.
our community. And I've worked with some really great women and I've worked with some really bad ones. And somewhere along the line, leadership responsibility and learning how to be a good leader got lost. But when you take the time to bring women together from all over the globe to talk about leadership and how to be a good leader and share nuggets of leadership with other women and then sponsor them and be willing to take their names into the rooms that will continue to help you to be better in your role, then why not do that? So I'm lifting up
Absolutely.
Dr. Wicker. She also created an organization in the city of Detroit called Excel Village, where she's not just doing this for women, but she's doing it for the youth.
Yeah.
And what they do is provide STEM education to young men and to mostly to women, teaching our young girls how to lead and using
Yes.
STEM as the platform because we know that you don't see Black girls in uh, programs that are from a technical perspective
Right.
or from math. You just don't see it. So she's lifting these young girls up so that they can believe that they can be engineers. You know, they can be Black engineers, mechanical engineers. You know,
Yes.
they can do this work. Or they can be doctors, they can be nurses. You know, she's opening up a world of different careers that when we were growing up, that weren't even talked about. You know, and so it just wasn't discussed. So I'm appreciating her right now for doing this for women all over the country. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Michelle.
Oh, thank you,
All right.
Tamara. Woo! We
Yeah.
appreciate you, Lisa. And I think you brought up a very good point. It reminded me that, how like when we were kids, we would be in the kitchen with our mothers, learning how to cook and how to
Yes.
cook certain things.
Yes.
And then as you became an adult, you had the fundamentals and the foundation to be able to build upon to become a really good cook. And to,
Yeah.
in some cases even sort of add your own flair to that family recipe. And so I say that to say that women supporting women is so critical. And it's so important that we invest back in ourselves and in other women, because I think that's how leadership gets lost when we
Yes.
don't take the hand of another sister,
Mhm.
and learn from each other.
Absolutely.
I mean, just full stop, just learn from each other. So I appreciate you bringing that up, and thank you, Lisa. Is it
Yes.
Wexler, for all that you're doing for the women in the world and through your organization and through your summit. I'm gonna save myself for last.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
She holding
Thank
those
you,
reins, and
Rose.
she's
I
not
feel
gonna let
so
them go.
empowered. I don't know. I feel like I need a crown or just. Ooh, these reins are so much fun. So,
Yes.
Nikki, come on and share with us who you want to mention.
I wanted to. Okay, so first of all, one of the things that really resonates with me is people who are going through cancer or some type of cancer, because I
Mhm.
am personally a cancer survivor. So
Yes.
I want to. I heard about this young lady, and she is a young lady. I heard about her on on the internet, on a show, on a Roland Martin show. And
Mm.
yeah, she was on Roland Martin's
I didn't know
show,
that.
and he had her on. And so I started looking her up, and that was actually where I got the idea from, to talk about women who invent things, because she has invented something that I think is phenomenal. And
Mm.
her name is Dr. Hadadiah Nicole Green, and she has a foundation that's called Aura Lee Smith Cancer Foundation, and
Mm.
that's ORALEE.org. If you want to look it up, it's ORALEE.org for the website. So, what's interesting about this woman and what she's been able to do? Well, let me just talk about her for a minute. So,
Mhm.
she's a STEM pioneer, like Tamara was talking about the STEM program. She's a STEM pioneer. She's a leader, and she's one of the first to earn a PhD in physics. So, there's probably about, you can count maybe on one or two hands how many Black women have a degree, a master's degree, or even a doctorate degree in physics. And
Mhm.
so she has a doctorate degree in physics from the University of Alabama in Birmingham,
Mhm.
HBCU, yay.
Come on.
All right. All right.
Come
And
on.
she's an associate professor at Morehouse School of Medicine in surgery. And what she's done is developed a cancer treatment that uses lasers and nanotechnology to kill cancer in mice.
Wow.
And it happens in 15 days after a single 10-minute treatment with no side effects. Are
Woo.
you listening to me?
I
Come
think
on
you need to
here.
repeat that for the people in the
Yes.
back of the church sleep.
Listen, she has developed a cancer treatment that has evidentially, like she has
Wow.
evidence that it's killed cancer in mice in 15 days after
Wow.
one single treatment
Wow.
that lasts 10 minutes with no side effects.
That's
None.
awesome.
And
I
so
mean,
That's
come on.
phenomenal.
Like,
okay,
Yes.
okay. So what she's doing right now is the reason for the foundation. Now this is what's baffling me. The reason for the foundation that she has is she's raising money in order to get the funding to be able to start the human trials. She can't start human trials unless the FDA approves her research and approves what she's done so far. And there is a minimum amount that she has to raise in order for the FDA to take her seriously.
wow.
And in order for her to begin the clinical trials necessary for her to start using this technology and this amazing treatment for humans, because it's only happened in mice right now. And so, but in order for her to raise that kind of capital, you would think that, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say, you would think that the rich Black folks in the world would just rally around this young woman. She's a millennial, rally around her and make this happen. Like, I don't understand why the people who have the kind of money who could just, donate to this foundation. It's a tax write-off.
Number one.
I've seen people donate for stupid stuff, right?
Exactly. I mean, they spend money on clothes alone that you can donate to something like this. And I mean, she's raised, in the millions, but she needs several more million. And that's when I saw her on the Roland Martin show, and she was definitely talking about that. And because people were just throwing names out there. The Greek, she's I think she's a Delta Sigma Theta. She's part of Delta Sigma Theta. And so the Divine Nine, I believe they've all chipped in, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain if it's gone beyond that. So I would employ anybody. I've already made a donation, but I would definitely employ anybody to go to orally.org and make a donation, because this is something that has been proven. This is something that has evidence in terms of treating cancer. And I just think it's amazing that she has done this. We've all probably had feelings and thoughts about the drug administration, the Food and Drug Administration, and how there's probably cures for this, that, and the other that they're holding back because of the pharmaceutical companies. Because
there you go, right there. Now you touched on it.
Yeah,
big business. Drugs are big business.
Well, it's capitalism.
So much capitalism.
It's capitalism.
I mean, I won't even go into the COVID thing, but I just have to say, I just have to put
Don't do it.
So I just have to say that, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, CDC, and all the government,
World Health Organization,
right? World Health Organization. I believe, and this is not, I don't know for sure, but I believe that they are deep in pockets because they allow these pharmaceutical companies to do whatever they want to do and give us all types of drugs. Now there's all of a sudden a pill that you can take for COVID. Have you seen those commercials?
I have.
Yeah, there's a commercial now where you can take a pill for COVID. I got COVID symptoms now, I'm going to take this pill. So now they don't even want you to go to the hospital. They're just going to send you to the drugstore now and you can get the pill. So it's just so much going on. And for this woman, this African-American young woman, to have come up with this technology and using something that we use all the time, they use lasers for different types of surgery now.
On your eyes, they've been doing that for a long time. On your shoulder, in your head.
Exactly. So,
they don't want to take the money out of the pockets for the pharmaceutical companies. They don't want to, they're not going to, they're going to do as much as they can and prevent this woman from this invention from coming, because it's going to turn medicine upside down.
It is. And I really believe that not only should we support her, but we need to protect her. I mean, I'm just saying, things that we see in movies, they get these things from somewhere. They get these ideas, what I'm saying, from somewhere. I mean, I'm kind of going off script here, but the Jetsons, when we watched the Jetsons, we didn't know that we were going to actually see something that we can, a box we can put our food in that would cook our food for us, or walking, walkways and escalators and watching iRobot with Will and watching the Bluetooth, what I'm saying? All these things, you know what I'm saying? They get them from somewhere because the technology is here.
Yes.
The technology is here.
It's always been here.
Yes. It's always been here. And Bishop's been preaching like that.
Yes, he has.
So it's always been here. And I just believe that if we get behind this woman, we can definitely impact the world, or help her impact the world. And that's her goal. Her goal is to change the way cancer is treated. It should be, she wants to make it affordable. She wants to make it something that treats the head, the neck, the
Affordable and
breast,
accessible.
right, the
Mhm.
colorectal, the brain, the
All of
lungs, the
that.
ovaries, the cervix, the pancreas, the anal, the skin, and the prostate. Like she's trying to cover all bases
Mhm.
with this, and that is going to shake up the medical world. It's going to shake up the pharmaceutical world. It's going to shake up, like you were saying, World Health Organization. So I know that I know it's a big mountain, but I don't think it's insurmountable. I think that we can definitely make this happen and allow this Black woman to rise and and create this cure for cancer and this treatment for cancer and just be done with it. Like there's so many people that die from these diseases.
That
Yes,
don't.
So many of us. Like
I
so
was just
it's
about to say the
us.
numbers are high with us
Yes.
Yeah,
in so many ways. You
Mhm.
know, if every Black person gave $1, she'd
that's
be
it.
set.
Pets.
Everybody
Okay.
Yeah.
look, if you're in ear reach, give something. Tell your friends. You tell your friends about the Gucci, Lucci, and Poochie. Tell your friends about this amazing woman
Yes.
and the work that she's doing to
Yes.
save
Yes.
lives. She wants
Yes.
to save
Yes.
lives.
We've
Now we got
all been touched by cancer in some way,
In
shape, form, or
some way,
shape,
fashion.
shape, form, or
form,
We've
fashion.
and
lost
all these
somebody.
mice that are walking around cancer free. And we still over here. We still over here on the struggle bus. So I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and give us some money.
You just made me show.
Look,
I can't with
plain
you,
talking,
Michelle.
some plain understanding. Now we got these cancer-free mice running around here. We need some cancer-free peoples.
Okay. Oh
Our
my,
peoples.
oh my
I
God,
mean, if every
Michelle.
church just gave $500,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, just every ministry.
And every single actor, every single Black musician, every single Black star, actress, actor, movie star,
Absolutely.
you know,
Every average Black person give $1.
There you go.
yeah. So I made my donation.
I definitely will.
I've said that I'm going to do it every single year because I want to make sure that I contribute to. I want to be part of the solution, not part of the
Absolutely
problem.
problem. Hello. And like I said, I don't know where these mice at and where they live, but somebody need to interview them.
They
Well,
better
I
not be in
say
my
that
house.
everybody should go on when they do their United Way.
Yep.
All you have to do is designate so much money to come out of your check per month.
Yep.
It could be $1. It
Yep.
could be $10.
Yep.
You're gonna miss it. You're not gonna.
You could
You're not gonna miss it
crowdsource
because it's
and
so easy.
donate. You could crowdsource.
Yeah,
Yes.
easily.
Yes.
So just do
Absolutely.
it. And so, you know
Absolutely.
what, Nikki, I'm gonna go online and donate to her because it
Me
is
too.
worthwhile. It is so
Very
worthwhile.
worthwhile.
Mhm.
I
ORALEE.org.
mean,
I have
I
a
love it.
cousin named Oralee, so
Well,
that's really
listen to
easy
her,
to
and we
remember.
definitely will have to protect her well-being. Absolutely.
Pray
Thank
Yes.
for
you
her.
for that.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is
Yes.
truly, that should have been the story that end. I didn't know you were going to put it that way. She should hire you and hire those mice. Just
I'm
saying.
trying to get her on this. I'm trying to get her on my show. She has a very booked schedule, but I'm
You
definitely
need
trying to
to.
get her on
You
my show.
need to. Shit, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I'm gonna try to keep that train going. And like my sister Tamara, it's been a while since we've been on. So I'm Michelle Johnson. I'm not a mother, but I'm a great daughter and a sister. And I'm proud to say I added on my title, intercessor. Woo!
Woo!
I'll be on that wall too. I'll be like, yes, Jesus, you know you need to do this. I'll be on the wall with them.
Yes, she does.
So I'm happy to add that on. And I'm a career, I'm gonna say I'm a career philanthropist with somebody
Yes, you
else's
are.
money. So I work for a foundation where we give our money to nonprofits across the country.
Absolutely.
And
That's
so
what you
that's
do.
the smart way. That's working smarter, not
Hello.
harder.
Hello.
Yes, and guiding that money in a way that could bring more equity and justice to the
Yes.
communities that have been maligned by the
Yes.
very things that we've been talking about on this show. A lack of
Yes.
support for leadership, a lack for opportunities for people of color to bring forth their inventions to deliver and save people
Yes.
from these treacherous disease and illnesses. And so
Mhm.
I know I had shared with the ladies earlier, and I gotta read this verbatim because I was just like, amazed. So I'm sure many of your listeners, Nikki, listen to NPR, National Public Radio.
Mhm.
And back in 2021, the National Inventors Hall of Fame. So NPR did this piece because there were two women that were inducted, and these were the first Black women to be inducted in the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Can you believe that after their 50 years of being in
50
existence?
years.
Wow.
50 years.
The first two were just happened in 2021. It took a panorama.
Wow.
To, I guess make some people. So
they treat us so bad.
I promise, but they can't stop our shine. Clearly,
they can't stop our shine.
Dr. Green is on it. So the National Inventors Hall of Fame has, like I said, been around for nearly 5 decades, as it says. I'm reading from the article so I can get the fact. But hasn't included any Black women in its ranks until now.
Wow.
So engineer Marion Croak and the late ophthalmologist Patricia Bath will make history as part of the next cohort of inductees. So they have made this announcement, and this award, or they're being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which has been bestowed on some 600 other inventors, both living and dead. Can you believe that?
Wow.
The first two, after 600, don't went before them.
And I know there are a lot more out there.
A lot more.
Well deserving. I mean, come on. All the things that we've invented since we came over on the mothership.
I mean, seriously.
Like,
so they were part of the class of 2022. And they were celebrated. So, you know, Patricia Bath, she died in 2019, right before the pandemic at age 76. And again, no stranger to making, you know, history. She was the first Black female physician to receive a medical patent, according to the Hall of Fame, the first Black woman to complete a residency in ophthalmology at New York University, and the first woman to chair an ophthalmology residency program in the United States. Wow. To just name just some of her accolades. So, you know, she invented a device, a minimally invasive device and technique that performs all steps of cataract removal, from making the incision to destroying the lens to vacuuming out the fractured pieces. Wow. And she came up with this idea in 1981, published her first paper in 1987, and received her first U.S. patent for the device in 1988. And it was being used in Europe and Asia by the 2000s.
Wow.
I mean, just amazing. So Bath method employed a faster technique and established the foundation for eye surgeons to use lasers. Are we getting a connection here, Nikki?
Yes, yes.
To restore and improve visions for millions of patients suffering from cataracts worldwide. And I will say that she also received 5 other patents over the course of her career. She also advocated for using public health approaches to eradicate preventable blindness, especially among racial minorities. Yes. And you can read more about her work as well. And I'll just touch on Miriam Croak. So she was a tech pioneer. Who helped make remote work possible. Catch that. What we doing right now. How about that? How about that fire? How about that fire? Okay. So Croak, who currently leads Google's Research Center for Response.
I've heard of her.
You've heard of her? Of AI and human-centered technology?
Yes.
So, yeah. So her work on voice over internet protocol focuses on converting voice data into digital signals that can be transmitted over the internet rather than through phone lines. And so this is more of an advanced way of doing the audio video conferencing, what we're doing right now. So the technology is essential.
It all comes full circle, doesn't it?
It comes all full circle. And let me tell you, Before joining Google, her and her team created a text to donate system for charitable donation that raised over $100,000 in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, and $43 million after Haiti's devastating 2010 earthquake. And she also has led a team to bring broadband to developing countries in Asia and Africa.
We need to connect her to Nikki's girl so that they can talk about how to raise the money.
I mean, seriously, like, this is beyond amazing how we have seen women of today and the women like Patricia Beth, God bless her soul, for doing the work she has done in the area of cataracts. It's all still full circle and relevant, as it has been said.
Yes.
I mean, we have gone from the past right up to what we're doing right now, audio, video conferencing. Thank you. Thank you, Croak, for doing that, because it's just amazing how these women, the key here is these women are trying to solve problems to keep people bonded and connected, to keep people in a place of living their best lives. And I just so appreciate each and every one of them. I've learned something new. I heard something new. We got to charge. We got to donate.
Yes.
But also recognizing that these are some powerful women of color, Black women.
Yes.
Leading the charge in a global way.
I appreciate that, because there is a theme that is resonating with all of these women. Somewhere in each of these women's lives, there was someone who poured into them and spoke life to them so that they knew that they could be great and they could do the work. And I think the charge now for us is to continue to carry that theme and bring others alongside of us so that we speak life into so that they know that they can do the work as well, that they can be great. I don't think we do enough of that. I don't think we do enough of holding our sisters' hands and bringing them along with us. I believe that there's more that we can do, that we can be and we are the leaders of today, but we definitely need to make sure that we're bringing people along with us. And I feel like these women did that. They're carrying a legacy, and then they're leaving that legacy for others as well. And how do we turn the tide so that women will know and understand that they don't have to keep it to themselves?
Right.
But, and I always say this, the sky is large enough for all of us.
Yes.
God put us here as stars.
Absolutely.
And when we get in the sky, it's big enough for all of us, and we all can light up the sky together, as opposed to saying, I want to take out your shine. When we're next to each other and we're all twinkling, our shine gets brighter.
Yes.
And I will say that there's 2 points that I want to highlight. One is we have to continuously search for our heroes, because they're not being told in the mainstream story.
Exactly.
Period. So I encourage your audience to continue to research on their own, to look up our people who have made great contributions to this world and that have been co-opted in many cases to be capitalized upon.
Yes.
And so it's just important for us to know our history. And as we can see today, there are many states out there that are trying to outlaw Black history, outlaw the narrative about the strength and power of your community, of your people. You want to know why? Because that fuels our agency. That brings a bond that they don't want to be tied. They don't want us to be tied to one another, because there's not strength in a number, it's strength in numbers. So
well, that's that slave narrative. They want us fighting each other as opposed to bonding and supporting each other.
Bridging and bonding. They don't want us to bridge, and they definitely don't want us to bond.
So if we're fighting, we're not growing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, it's crazy that you know, we're talking about women and we're celebrating Women History Month, and I'm here
Yes.
at a women's conference.
Mhm.
Right.
Even though there are men here who work for women-owned businesses, or
Hey, you
they're
better work for the ladies.
and there are several corporates here. Kelly Services is here. You know, you guys are probably familiar with Kelly Services.
Mm-hmm.
Lear Corporation is here. There are so many big corporations who are here because they want to be part of that solution. Now, they're probably doing it to increase their bottom line, but it's up to us being Black women or women who are entrepreneurs to take advantage of the
Yes.
opportunities that come
Right.
around. Because if we don't, then we can't really blame anybody else if we're not taking advantage of opportunities that are presented to
Such
us
as
on a
this.
regular basis. So like right now, there's so many women here. I mean, I've met so many women who have their own businesses. I've met women who are in the tech world. I've met women who are one woman has a gift bag and gift wrapping business. Another woman, she has her body butters, like your sister, you know,
Oh
she's and
yeah.
yeah, and it's called
That
Glam.
works.
Yeah, it's called Glam. I think it's called Glam, GLAM, and she has made some huge strides. So she's been in Essence. She's
Are we
in
talking about
Target.
Glamaholic?
Yes,
Oh,
Oh, Grandma Hollis.
love me some Glamaholic. Love
Oh
me
yeah,
some.
she
yes,
has some
Hey,
bags,
she's
girl.
girl.
here. I met her. I met the
Oh,
owner, and
she's
she's
so
here.
down to earth.
I had no idea she is. I had no idea that she is actually being featured by a lot of superstars right now. So
Yes,
Gabrielle
she
Union
is.
is pushing her product.
Mhm.
Yep.
She just met with she
Brother
just met with
Love, his daughters,
yeah,
Puffy,
Taraji P Henson.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing a lot of stuff in LA now, so she's kind of going back and forth to LA and making
Yeah, she
making
bi-coastal
connections there.
now.
I know, right?
You
But
know, we
part of
went and
that,
bought bags this winter, didn't we, Michelle, at her pop up in Detroit?
And
yep,
she was on the show. Yes, we
Yeah.
yep,
did. We went up to her pop-up like she's born. I think the Detroit Pistons even honored her most
yep,
recently. So
yep.
yeah, all that. So I like her a lot.
Yep. So
She's
I
such a
met
great
her,
story.
you know, and she she has made so much progress within 1 year.
Mhm.
And she credited to her connections with the WeBank conference, which is where I am now, and the
Mhm.
mentoring. She credited to the mentoring. One of the mentors just
Yes.
took her around to different people at these types of conferences
Mhm.
and introduced her to people. She got rejected. She talked about this. She got rejected by Target
Okay,
three
somebody
times,
told me. Mhm.
and but she got rejected because she had not built, you know, enough of a following yet. And so
Mhm.
now,
Yes.
but they were watching her. She put this out there. She said the person that rejected her, you know, kept encouraging her, but they just told her, okay, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet, but keep pushing, right? So once she got to a certain level, they were like, okay, we're ready. Let's put you on the shows. Let's put you on the shelves, and
That's
you know, let's put you. She's
awesome.
in Walmart. She's in Target. You know, and she's just blowing up over in the period of 1 year. So it's just a
Let me
matter of
tell you, your gift will make room for you, whatever that gift is,
It
right?
sure
absolutely,
will.
It will make
absolutely,
room for
It sure
you.
absolutely.
will. I
So
mean,
I
Melissa
enjoyed
Butler.
meeting her today.
Oh,
That's
is
awesome.
Melissa Butler there? The one who did Lip Bar?
Girl, there's 4,000 people's here.
So Nikki, next year we got to go with women and go and check it out.
It's
That
a
would be
Well,
a
I
lot
was
of
fun
people
girls
going to
here.
trip.
say that I wanted to thank Nikki because, you're a pioneer in so many different ways. I mean, you're an
Oh,
author.
thank you.
Um, oh yeah, girl, you an author. You funny. You could. Yeah, she's saying she got lots of talents. People, lots of talents. But also creating this platform for us to talk about things that we want to share with the world, and this just
Mhm.
contributes to the type of narrative change we need to have. Having ourselves positioned, and even with Tamara, I mean, she in the city making all kind of stuff happen. I mean, the city is probably
Okay.
shook with all
People
the stuff
don't
that's
know the
going up in
power behind
there.
Tamara right
Okay.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't know the
Beautifying
power.
Detroit,
City
giving
of
people what they
Detroit.
need. So I just kudos. I mean, you got to look around yourself and see who you
Yes,
surrounded by because that's
Absolutely.
where you get your inspiration from.
that's where you get the
Absolutely. You know, I remember meeting Dr. Wicker at Embassy in Troy.
Mhm.
She was a member of Embassy, Michelle.
I did not know
And
that.
yep, she was a member of Embassy, and she got a prophetic word from Bishop,
Ooh,
and took off.
Took off.
Took off. She
I
got
tell
a
you what,
prophetic
that bishop, he don't lie.
word. Right. And I appreciate that because it's not like he's trying to keep everybody here. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Close.
if he sees
It's true.
something and it's outside of the state or it's wherever it is, he's just going to tell you exactly what it is. And he gave her a word about her business and what her influence would be. And she left Michigan and took off, and she's just blown up. I mean, seriously blown up. I mean, you've heard Tamara talk about her. So, but it's amazing because it's like she was right next to me, at Embassy probably about 7 or 8 years ago.
But that's how you get the testimonies out there in the world.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's got to go. It's got to reverberate.
Absolutely.
Everywhere. You can't keep it contained.
Dr. Wicker recently wrote a new book that I'd like to introduce. It's called Power Play.
Absolutely.
And it's just discovering the secrets to spirit winning success. And so I'd like to put that book out there. It's a very good book. It not only is a book, but it has instruction for
so it's
you.
Practical. Like
it's very practical. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really coming in really clear right now.
Oh, I need to know what that color of that lipstick is. It's not only practical, but fashionable.
It's pink with pearls, girl. Pink with pearls and diamonds. Because she's all about the glam too.
I love it.
It's a really good book because it gives you exercises so that as you're reading the book, you are actually doing something. Lisa is also, Dr. Wicker, she's also a coach, a professional coach. So if you ever need some professional coaching or business coaching, you can reach out to her for that. I went to her maybe a couple of years back before the pandemic because I felt the Lord telling me I needed to prepare for my next, in my spirit, I said, okay, I got to do something. So I reached out to her. And I said, listen, I need for you to coach me.
Oh, yeah.
And she took me through her executive coaching program for like 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks. And I'm telling you, it made the difference in how I show up and everything about how I work right now as opposed to before. And I think that we have to invest in ourselves.
Absolutely.
And we have to do what we need to do in order to get to that next level.
So true.
We can't say, that we're waiting on the Lord to just drop something in our laps. He wants us to prepare. Faith without works is dead.
He wants us to move.
You're up here talking about you want this and that, but you're not doing anything to prepare for it.
Yes.
So that when it comes, you can't take advantage because you didn't take the time to work for it and get yourself ready. We have to.
You got to walk. You
got
to walk by faith.
Coming our way. Exactly.
You got to walk by faith.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I love Tamara. She always bringing the word right on in. She just stitch it all up for the people. And the word said now.
She gonna tell you what to say it. She gonna tell you what to say it.
She gonna tell you what to say it.
Every good woman is Jesus. Ha!
Yes, ma'am. Okay, take a little flex.
Nikki said, yes, ma'am.
Every good woman is Jesus. There you go.
While I'm on here, while we're talking about it, I have to say that I am fortunate and blessed because you are on WVTC Detroit. Hello. And WVTC stands for Winning Victory Through Christ. And we have a female station owner. Yes, Miss Sandy Rose, who is our producer tonight. She is also the station owner of WVTC Detroit. She is a long-standing pillar in the community of gospel music and just in general in Detroit. She's been around for a long time in terms of making sure that people do what they're supposed to do within Gospel Music Workshop of America. She's been part of that. I've known her since I was a young girl, but just in passing. But it's been great working with her on this radio station, and she has just been a joy to work with. She's been so easy to work with, and so I'm going to personally salute our station owner on tonight, Miss Sandy Rose, for her being just a part of the community. She's making sure that we have good programming. She's making sure that we have people on this particular station who are integral, who are putting something out there that is worth listening to, worth being a part of. And I'm just excited to be a part of this radio station, WVTC Detroit.
And so
And,
are we. Pew pew.
and she's making history. I'm just telling you, she won.
Yes.
The station won a Stellar Award, the first Stellar Award last year. Yes, and so we're going to be going for another Stellar this year as well. So we're just excited to be a part of this. And there's so many different people who have a show on WVTC. So there's a lady called Edna Bell, and she talks about things that are happening in the community, and it's just really good to be a part of something where people really want to put something good out there, and it's not just not just content, but it's good content.
Useful.
So, because people have podcasts all over the place. You can
they do.
You can do a podcast on frying chicken, and so not to say I probably wouldn't watch it.
And get millions of views. Let me tell you.
I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it.
You could do a podcast on those mics that ain't got no cancer. Do that. I'm still stuck on that, but go ahead, Nikki.
Girl, you made me choke when you said that. You made me choke. There's all these mics running around here cancer-free.
Oh my God.
It is a question. It's a valid question.
It's a valid question.
But yeah, so I just want to give her a shout out tonight, Sandy Rose, and just make sure that you let someone know, share, like, subscribe to WVTC. There are several shows. Mm-hmm. Some of them are spiritual. Some of them are just informational. And then some of them are a little bit of both. Hello, that is Soulful Inspirations. So Soulful Inspirations is a little bit of both. We're going to make you laugh. We're going to give you some information. We're going to hopefully uplift you, make you think about some things. Yes. And, just want to make sure that people know that WVTC Detroit is here, and that we have so much to offer in terms of shows and content and good music and, things that are going on in the community. So I'm just excited and so glad you ladies joined me tonight. Yes. We are going to definitely have another My Sister, Your Sister Live podcast.
And I want to say thank you to Sandra Rose for creating this platform.
Yes.
So that we have a way to communicate and share what all the great things that God is doing in our lives, and allows us to then share that information with the audience.
Yes.
Because I really believe that what we share will lift someone up out of their place of wherever they are. And without this platform, we may not be able to do that. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of this platform.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Sandy. Woo! As you can see, I'm the animated one out of the group. Well, me and Nikki run neck and neck. Like we like Nikki here. I'm like right here on her heel.
You right here. You right here. You right here.
And I'm trying, y'all, but I'm just not like this.
No. You're Bible girl.
I gotta stay in my anointing, right?
Yes.
No, but you have your moments too, though, Tamara. You have your moments.
Yes, she do. And she don't think it when she has those moments. We all laughing, and she like, "What was the moment?"
Exactly.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you,
Larry. I'm sorry, Larry Whitfield. My brother is praying for me right now because he know I'm here in Nashville, and there's a Cinnabon that's really, really close by inside the hotel.
We pray your steadfastness in resisting the temptation of that ooey gooey Cinnabon.
Oh my God! Y'all pray my strength.
Hold on to God's unchanging hand.
Pray my strength in the Lord. Okay.
Your strength.
Lay my strength in the Lord.
You got this. You got this.
Oh, girl.
Greater is
Forget about that Philadelphia cream cheese oozing all over that buttery cinnamon-y bun.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been real.
Michelle,
ladies, this has been really, really good. This has been really, really good tonight. I'm so glad that you were able to
pass the reins back.
You passed the reins. I just kind of took it, by mistake, kind of not quite, but maybe.
Well, at some point during our time, now that we're back on, I'm going to try to do that, okay? I don't want you all to feel like you always have to be the two that like take the reins. I'm gonna try to hold on to those reins, all right? Because a girl got to stretch herself.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should take one of our tutorials before you do. You just can't jump into. Didn't you say I gotta hold your hand? You gonna hold your hand.
Turn her off. Just turn her off right now.
You gonna hold your hand in this.
Hold your hand.
I appreciate you backing me up and holding one of the reins so that I don't get out here looking crazy. Because that's what sisters do.
Yeah, that's why it's your sister, my sister, your sister.
There you
My
go.
sister, your sister. Thank you so much, ladies. We've had a wonderful time tonight, and I really want people to look up these ladies. Look up Dr. Lisa Wicker. Look up what were the names of the ladies you talked about?
Miriam Croak and Patricia Bath. B-A-T.
Miriam Croak and Patricia Bath. Definitely want to look up those ladies, and definitely want to go to orally.org and donate to this woman who has this treatment for cancer. And let's not just have cancer-free mice. Let's have cancer-free people. Amen.
That part. Somebody need to put that on a t-shirt. That part. That
T-shirts are being printed as we speak.
I miss you saying that.
And all the funds will go towards research.
That's right.
Absolutely.
For $19.99, you can have this shirt. The mice are free, but the people are not.
Oh my God, I can't. It's been good. It's been fun, and it's been good and fun. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you, people, for joining us tonight. There were some people on, Hallie and Courtney and Yvonne, and my brother Larry. Thank you all for joining us tonight. There were a few people that talked to me in the chat and stuff like that, and so I'm just glad that people joined in tonight. We're going to definitely reshare this podcast a couple of times this week because I really want this information to get out there. So like and share and subscribe to WVTC so that you will know every time we are on, and we will see you again on Tuesday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I'm in Central Time right now, but Eastern Standard Time at 8:00 on Tuesdays, and we will see you again. And my sister, your sister, will be on next month in April on the third week. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Love y'all. Peace out.
Love y'all.
You've been listening to
Soulful Inspiration.
We're so glad you hung out with us today. We're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on WVTC Detroit. If you'd like to partner with us or sponsor a show with your business, send us an email at tntsoulllc@gmail.com, or you can call us at 313-570-8280. I'm your girl,
Nikki Jones.
The views and opinions expressed on the previous broadcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WVTC Radio Detroit, its advertisers, or affiliates.
Hey, are you in need of a jingle, a commercial, or have you considered a podcast for your business or ministry? If so, let WVTC Radio Detroit be your choice. And guess what? Location is not a problem. We can pick you up and broadcast you from anywhere. For more information, please go to our website at WVTCDetroit.com or drop us an email at WVTCRadioDetroit@gmail.com. We're waiting to hear from you. We are WVTC Detroit. What it is, we're gospel music, preaching, teaching, inspiration, encouragement, news, and guest interviews. We are WVTC. We're winning victories through Christ. WVTC Detroit. All up in the community. That's who we are. What is?
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.